Hey guys, so welcome back to another video. We are going to be installing this AP products. This is a travel trailer door latch, but we're going to use it for our cargo here. Now, this is just the first phase of our conversion, if you will. So step one is we need to be able to unlock and lock this door from the inside. So with the current setup, when we bought this, you can't open this from the inside. And number two, this is not very safe to have if you are planning on using this for your travel trailer. Only because if you got people out there that want to be, jokers, they can actually lock you in. For example, let me just show you guys. So I'm sure a lot of you will just open this and lock the keypad here, which you can still open, no problem, right? But the problem with if you don't have a latch is that you can't open it from the inside and you can't keep it shut like this. Now, somebody could also come in here and turn the handle upright and put a rope around the handle on this latch and also the door handle here. And then if you're inside, you could really be screwed because then you can't open it at all. You see that? So what we're going to do here is remove this altogether and install this latch. So that's going to be step one. Okay, so today we're going to be installing this product by AP Products, part number 013535. And this is a travel trailer lock with keys, and it's a chrome color. You can buy them in black and also white. Reason why we chose this one here is because it has a built-in deadbolt. So it does take two different keys, one for the deadbolt and one for just the latch itself. Let me just show you what you get in the package. You get the actual handle itself. We got the chrome, and this plate goes on the inside, so you can lock it and open it on the back side. And then it came with some few hardwares for the door jamb. So that's all you get. There's no instructions, okay? Now, I wish they would have provided a template for this so you can cut out this hole correctly. So I think what they're trying to do is sell this as a replacement. Like I said, this is a universal latch that you will see on many RVs out there on the road. So you don't really need a template, but in this case, I need a template because this is a virgin door, has never been touched or cut into. So I'm gonna be placing it right here. Okay, so now that we've taped up the perimeter, and the reason why it's important to tape up with masking tape or some sort of paint tape is so that when you run your jigsaw around here, you're gonna scratch up your aluminum siding. So if you got a nice finish like this one right here and you don't want to get it scratched, make sure you guys protect it with paint. So we're gonna go ahead and drill some pilot holes on each of these corners here. And then once that pilot hole is drilled, we'll take a jigsaw and cut around it, and hopefully that's gonna do it. So here we go. Okay guys, so I just finished up drilling out this hole, and as you guys can see, it looks like it's pretty well hacked up. Look at this. It's crazy, right? Okay, so let me show you guys what I've done so far. It's not pretty by any means. In fact, I'm not sure if I messed up, but this is a pretty heavy door. It's a pretty good, it's really well reinforced. So again, this is an interstate trailer, and every manufacturer, they make their doors a little bit differently. And so let me show you guys what I had to do to get this lock to fit in this hole and to cut the hole out. So let me turn the camera around. So I'm sure there's a better method out there to getting this hole drilled out or cut out, whatever you got to do. But let me just show you the problems I had, and maybe you guys can leave me some suggestions and some feedback to the rest of the world on a better way to do this. Okay, so this steel door right here has this really nice steel frame with and then on the inside, there's another tube, a square tube that goes down that's welded against this tube right here, this bracket or frame, whatever you want to call it. So you guys can see the tube, and then this is 2 separate pieces. So I had to, do some grinding and hacking as you guys can see. Ideally, what I should have done was taken this whole inside wood panel off so that I can get a little better view of what's inside behind this panel, because I wasn't quite sure, and I just took a template and went for it. Well, that probably wasn't the best idea, but at the end of the day it worked. And just so you guys know, there's a little, looks like a 3/8 plywood on the inside, and there's more steel tubing inside, followed by this aluminum outside panel. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this guy up so I can show you where I'm at. Okay, so one of the issues I run into, and this is why it's hacked up so good, is because of this guy right here. Now, maybe if I would have gone from the inside and then out, I don't know, this would have been a little bit cleaner. But to get this through this hole and still have enough room in the back to slide the back into the door, I had to cut out this little extra piece right here, which I didn't really want to do, because now when I slide this in here, I've got a gap right here, which really sucks. Here, let me bring the camera a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I don't know if you guys can see the little gap right here. Well, that's pretty much daylight into the trailer. Well, a little bit. Anyways, there's a gap right here. So, but I had no other way of doing this to get this, latch to fit on this door. So I would love to hear your guys' comment. If you guys have an interstate, this is a load runner interstate. It's super heavily reinforced. So I'd love to hear how you guys got around this issue. But other than that, it looks pretty good. Okay, and then as you guys can see, let me turn the camera this way, and then you guys can kind of see the let's see where the, what do you call that, little plunger goes in and out, and I got a little hole in here for deadbolt. So it looks a little hacked up, but once I put the trim pieces on, it's gonna look okay. Let me grab that trim piece so you guys can see what it's gonna kind of look like there. So you see, it's amazing how much a trim, how much a trim piece here can cover up some of the imperfections. Now taking a closer look on the inside, it doesn't look too bad here, but then again, once you put the trim piece on, it's gonna be okay. So right here, it's missing this little chunk of wood right here. So it's, that's kind of ugly. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back. I had to tear off this piece of veneer that goes right down here. So this will get covered when I put that veneer back on, this little strip right here. Okay, just a little flashing, or it's just for looks only. So it looks pretty good. It's not a big deal, and it works really good. Okay, and the striker plate, there's 2 different ways to mount this, depending on what scenario you have. But I actually mounted, one side has this really, it's a longer little bevel piece here, and then this side is a shorter bevel. I put the longer bevel on the outside only because I needed more space, meaning I needed more of this, I don't know, the striker plate to come out a little bit more this way, because when you close the door, there's a little gap between this steel frame and the actual door itself. There's a little bit of gap. So having this extra little, piece come out just a little bit, that really was helpful. And also I didn't need to cut out this hole right here on this steel plate. So everything is basically held on by this little striker plate. Okay, it is what it is. I wish it could go all the way through, but there's just not enough room between, you know, the latch, and here it just the gap was too big, unfortunately. So that's the downside. Now, to do this job, one of the tools that you guys will need to get is a Dremel tool. If you don't have one of these, and if you got this specific trailer, you're gonna want this specific tool. Let me just show you guys some few tips that really helped me for this job. Okay, so just real quick rundown of the tools that I use for this job. One is a jigsaw, and you want a metal blade jigsaw for this job. But the most important tool that you're gonna need for this specific trailer and the door and this latch system is a Dremel tool. And I bought this at Home Depot. It was 49 bucks, and it came with a little tiny kit, which none of it was useful. So this is so I had to buy this little, it's called the Easy adapter. And what this does is it allows you to quickly change out these cutters. And these come in packs of 5. And I went through 4 of them because I got one left here. But basically I used every bit of it. So as you guys can see the difference here, I used every bit of all these little cutters. So this isn't very powerful, so you gotta be patient, and you don't want to be pushing on that steel. It will bog out. Okay. The next thing I bought that was helpful was this. It's called a grinder. So it's called a grinder. The first one was a cutter, and so these are the 3 things I used. This is a stone grinder to kind of smooth out all the sharp ends on the metal. But anyways, this was the key to do this job successfully today. And of course, you need some drills and drill bits and things like that. Okay. So let's go ahead and finish up installing the latch. Okay, so to do this job right, you're gonna really want to squirt some silicones around this rubber outer, piece right here on the back end of this plate. But this is gonna be temporary for me because we're going camping this weekend and we're gonna try it out. What I'm gonna end up doing is I bought this aluminum plate at Home Depot for, I think it's $11. I'm gonna cut this out because if you remember that little trim piece right here that I had to cut out, and then when I put the latch on there, it looks pretty ugly. So I'm gonna cut this out here next week to the shape. I'm gonna actually put this around, once I put the door in, I'm gonna put this around it to make it look kind of nice. Okay. So again, this is just a temporary solution for me right this second, but if I was to do this and was gonna be permanent fix, I would squirt some silicone around this and then go from there. All right, so let's go ahead and slide this guy in here. Okay, that one there nice and easy. Okay, so the next thing that needs to go on is the back plate, and that back plate is gonna hold the front latch and this together. So we're basically gonna sandwich this together. In the Ziploc bag are all your hardware. And the funny thing about this hardware is they don't give you all the hardware you need. Let me show you an example here. So in this bag, you get 4 long bolts and 2 short bolts. The 2 short ones I used over here on the striker plate, but the four long one goes right here. What they don't give you is the other bolts that goes right here where this latch is. So kind of funny, made in the USA. Okay, and then the back plate here is pretty self-explanatory. You just gotta line up this, the deadbolt. It goes in one way to the deadbolt right here. Okay, so there we go. Let's drop one here. Go ahead and get started with my fingers. Okay, and then where is my drill? Here it is. Okay, so everything looks pretty good, and the deadbolt looks pretty good. Okay, everything is solid that I can see so far. Okay, and the moment of truth here, let's go and shut it. Okay, so that's pretty solid. Okay, look at that. I don't need to hit it too hard. Nice. Okay, so the last thing to do now is remove all the tape here. Okay, Isa, thanks for helping Daddy.
Thanks for helping Daddy.
So if you guys got an interstate like what I have here, I hope you guys have a much better luck than I had. I hacked this up pretty good. So I hope you guys will stick around for my other videos coming up on this entire cargo trailer conversion. So again, I'm Brian. What's your name?
Isabella.
Isabella. And we are the Wagon family. So stick around to see all the conversion process happen. So this was step one to get this door handle put in. And this weekend, we're gonna go to Dillon Beach and do some camping, empty as is, so that we can kind of vision what we wanna add and things like that. So hope you guys will like, share, and subscribe to see all of our future videos coming up. Until then, we'll see you guys in the next video.